Thank you, Mike. Well done. Our final speaker this evening is Zain Lalani. Got ya. Zain came to Canada from Uganda in the early 1970s. He fled Uganda under the regime of Idi Amin as a refugee with his family at the age of 15. He has since built a successful career in IT, spanning over 37 years and 6 companies. Zain is very passionate, as you'll quickly find out, about hands-on giving and developing personal relationships. Zain lives in Waterloo with his wife, Sherry Lynn. Together they have 5 children, aged 26 through 33, and a first grandchild on the way, due in about 2 weeks. Zain, the floor is yours.
Cheat notes. My world at 15 crashed. That was almost 45 years ago. Young boy in Uganda, perfect world. Happy, parents, friends, school. One day we were told, we have 90 days to leave Uganda. We have to flee Uganda, my home, my place of birth, my parents' place of birth, a lot of my friends' place of birth, the only place I knew. 90 days to leave. Wow, that just destroyed me. How? Where? What will we do? Where will we go? As time went, chaos set in. We would sit together every evening, figure out what will we do, where will we go. Little time passed, we heard Canada has accepted us. Canada will take me and my dad and my mom, my brother and my sister, and thousands of other Ugandan refugees. There was joy. Canada. But there was unknown. We'd never heard of Canada. What is Canada? Where is Canada? It's far. It's not even the same time. It's like 6 hours different. It's cold in the winter. So this is going on. Yet we're preparing to leave Canada. Preparing to leave Uganda. We were allowed to take 2 bags. How are we going to live? We land in Toronto. We come to Kitchener-Waterloo. Wow, there's people around us. Just circled us. Canadians helping us. Let us show you this. Let us treat you to a meal. Let us show you, those of you who have been in Waterloo region for a while, let us show you where Dutch Boy is so you can go buy groceries. You remember Dutch Boy? They took my mom and dad to the Manpower. Remember Manpower on Duke Street? This is where they could enlist to get a job. This is where you go get your driver's license, your OHIP card. They just circled us, supported us, huge smiles, warm welcomes. We were saying, we're so lucky. We've come to Canada. This is Canada. Wow. So time passed. It was time for high school. My first day at high school. Didn't know the Canadian school system. A young boy, I was a young boy at that time too, comes to me, Eugene, says, let me show you what the school is and where things are. Let me show you to your locker. I didn't know what a locker was. In Uganda, there were no lockers. I'm thinking locker room. Back in Uganda, at my grandparents, in the veranda, there was a storeroom, which was locked up. Black, dark, we stored charcoal in there, coal, stuff, no windows. When I misbehaved, they would put me in there for a few minutes. I spent a lot of time in there when I was growing up. So, locker. He takes me down. I see this metal little closet. He says, "That's your locker." Now I'm relieved. Okay, I'm not going to fit in there. He tells me the locker, you put your books there, take a few books with you. Next class, maybe enough for a couple of classes. We'll come back a couple of times a day. You switch your books. In the morning, you come here, you put all your stuff, your jacket, your lunch. He says, "Let's put your books there. I'll show you your classes." I put my books in there. He says, "Okay, let's lock it." I said, "What do you mean lock it?" He said, "You put your lock on it." And I said, "I don't have a lock." "Okay, no worries. Let's put your stuff in my locker today. We'll lock it up. We'll go through the day. Tomorrow, I'll bring a lock for you." Next day, Eugene was waiting for me at my locker with a shiny new combination lock. Combination lock. Never seen one. How does that work? Shows me how to work the combination lock. For the next few weeks, Eugene met me at my locker every day. Made sure that I got to my classes, where the gym was, where the lunch was. We had some lunch together every once in a while. He treated me to lunch here and there. He made my high school experience just awesome. Made sure I didn't fall down anywhere. Made sure I knew where to go, what to do. The Canadians made our integration into Canada awesome. Wonderful Canadians. Fast forward last fall. I guess I'm supposed to change this, but not yet. Fast forward to last fall, the newly installed Liberal government, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, announced Canada will accept 25,000 Syrian refugees. I had always felt Canada has been so kind to me and to my family and to lots of other Ugandans that I knew that someday it would be my turn to pay forward. We would see newcomers to Canada over all these years. We would walk up to them, "Can I help you?" We'd buy them a coffee at Tim Hortons, give them a lift somewhere, offer $20 here and there. So we kept doing all these little random acts of kindness to the new people that came to Canada. But this was big time. 25,000 Syrian folks coming to Canada. The part that really got me is it was Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's father, Prime Minister Pierre Elliott Trudeau, back in the 70s that brought me to Canada and my family to Canada. Here's his son doing the same thing again. I mean, if I ever had a calling to step up, this was it. This was my calling. Sherry Lynn, my wife, who's here today, we talked and we said, we need to do this. And she said, "Whatever you want to do, I'm here. We'll do this together." So we enlisted in a few agencies around Waterloo region. There were many efforts and initiatives going on to help Syrian refugees. We started putting our time and effort here and there, meeting Syrian families as they came into Waterloo region. Time passed. Everybody was happy. We were meeting people. There was well-being happening. There was all these things going on. And we said, it's time for us to step up and do more. I want to actually meet these families. I want to go visit them at their homes. I want to greet them the way I was greeted when we came here. So we thought a little more and we said, what can we do? How can we do this? So we decided we'll make up a welcome box. We'll make up a Welcome to Canada box full of grocery items, things that they use every day. We did some research, heavy things that they would have a hard time bringing home. They didn't have cars. They would be taking a bus. It was winter. So we put together this box. In this box, we put many, many household items. We put groceries. And we said, let's start with 10 families. Let's do this for 10 families, and that will be our contribution. In 2 weeks, we were done. 10 families. Every weekend, we'd put 3 or 4 in our trunk. We'd go see the families. Then we said, can we do more? Before we knew it, we had done 20 families, 25 families. In 3 months, we had done 50 families. This was awesome. This was feeling great. The community heard about us. Friends heard about us. Coworkers heard about us. They were offering support. This was encouraging us to do more. We really set the bar high. We said, let's do 100 families. In about 3 or 4 months, we actually were able to do 100 families. We came home. We were told there's more families coming. These families talked to each other. They didn't have much. They had WhatsApp. They would send messages to each other. Make sure you get a hold of Zain. He's got a present for you. I had shared my contact information with these folks. I would get a WhatsApp with a photo of their lease with their address on it. Please come see us. When will you come see us, Zain? And we said, okay, let's do this. Let's meet every family that has moved to Waterloo region. And we did. By the end of June, we were able to meet 150 families. Welcome them. Imagine somebody standing at your door with a box full of groceries. Welcome to Canada. And a pretty lady standing next to me. They would put their hands on their heart and say, shukran, meaning thank you. And their eyes beaming, and there would be little gifts for the children in there, some cookies, some chocolates, all these things in there. As we moved along, we befriended some families. We decided that we could maybe take a few of these families under our wing and see them on a regular basis. This one particular family and their 4-year-old, Abdul Hadi. In the summer, we said, can we take you to Dairy Queen for ice cream? He didn't know what Dairy Queen was. He didn't know what cone ice cream was. That's a photo of him having his first cone ice cream with us. We were actually laughing and showing him how to hold the cone and how to lick the ice cream. And now when we see him, we'll see him again for dinner tomorrow. He's in the car, we drive by Dairy Queen, he'll say, Dairy Queen, ice cream. He just jumps up and down, 4-year-old. We have a little car seat in the car for him. This felt really good. This was our way of giving back to all these families what happened to me and my family. Without the support that I got, without the support that my family got, I can honestly say we would not have been so successful integrating into Canada as we did. This is because of the Canadians. This is the people of Canada that did this for us. Remember that lock story I told you, the combination lock? This is that lock. This lock is 45 years old. This lock, what this lock means to me, I use this lock 2 or 3 times a week when I go to my workout, to my gym. Now that I know what a locker is and how to use a lock, every time I use this lock, it reminds me of Eugene. It reminds me of what he did for me 45 years ago. This lock to me symbolizes the Canadian people unlocking their hearts, their homes, their wallets to welcome me and my family and my friends to this country. I tell this story to the Syrian families that we go see. And I tell them, someday, when you have settled in, you will also open your home and your heart and help the new Canadians, the new families that come into Canada. You know why? Because this is Canada, and this is what we do. Thank you. Good evening.
I saw my buddy Karim in that picture.
Karim Usani. That's right. He's helped me many times.
Zain, thank you very much. A wonderful story. So for all of you who asked me